What's going on, everyone? It is your girl, Queen, and thank you for joining me on my podcast. I really appreciate it. We will be discussing many topics and things like celebrity gossip, politics, life lessons, and etc. Please think of me as that homegirl that you've been knowing for years. Remember, the motto is never judge a book by its cover before opening it up and reading it, and agree to disagree. Just stand on what you're saying, period. So sit back, relax, please like, share, comment, give feedback, because remember, this show is for the people. Love, peace, and unity. Mwah!
What's going on, everyone? It is your girl, Queen, and this is Hot Topics. Let's jump right on into it. And how can I say this? A very important influencer by the name of Kevin Samuels has passed away, and everybody definitely is having mixed reviews on it. Kevin Samuels was a YouTuber known for his controversy advice concerning love and relationship. Um, so yeah, he was definitely very important in different areas. I think he was literally the spokesperson for black men's all around. He kind of said how he felt. Of course, he ruffled a lot of women feathers, especially black women. It was always a debate about, of course, his views on different type of things. And don't get me wrong, I even spoke on Kevin Samuels. But one thing I think I am very disgusted by through his passing is people basically rejoicing, and I think that that is really sick. I mean, I have never been that upset about someone giving their opinion and something tragic happened to them, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. First of all, let's just keep it real. We do not know these people in real lifetime. At the end of the day, it's definitely entertainment. We don't know if he was the total opposite or he stood on everything he said. We just know what he said, he meant it. It's no different from Wendy Williams and Charlamagne the God. So when people sit up here and get in the comments and feel the need to rejoice about Kevin Samuels passing away, it's very disgusting, because at the end of the day, what will make you be that upset? What would make you be that upset to the point where you are rejoicing or feeling like it's karma that he passed away? Now, the rumors are going around that he passed away from a heart attack, which is definitely something that doesn't have an age, a race, a gender. It's something that happens, and it can happen to anybody at any moment. To be honest with you, I feel like Kevin Samuels was definitely he was well dressed and he looked healthy, and I'm pretty sure he was living healthy, because that was something that he always pointed out about women that require too much. Like, you are this, and that, but you're obese. So I'm pretty sure that his health wise was definitely up to par, but things happen. So I really do, send my condolences to the family. Let's keep his family, his mother, and his loved ones that really did truly know him and care. Let's keep them in prayer. I read an article about, I want to say it was his mother who came out and said that the way she found out was through social media. And personally, I feel like that's very horrible, because people are so quick. These bloggers, these YouTubers are so quick to want to be the first person to break the news about a death. It really is. It gives thirst trap, because it's no reason for you to be just so anxious. I don't even know. I think they said he passed that morning. It was announced to the world later on that day. But I can definitely feel where her mother is coming from when she sit up here and say that, hey, I found out about my son's death through social media before I found out through a doctor or anything like that. And I don't know for what reason that probably was happening. I'm not gonna blame social media, but I'm just saying though, a lot of like TMZ and these blogs and stuff like that, they're so quick to want to hurry up and put the story out there, or oh, this person passed away and we was the first people to let you guys know. And it's like, what do you gain for that? What like, truly, what do you gain for being the first person to like basically announce that someone had passed away? Me personally, if I was a news reporter, not a news reporter, but just even with me blogging and reporting different topics or whatever, I definitely will want it to be already understood and out before I announce it. And once I announce it, I would want to make sure that it's basically me reporting the after effect before I'm trying to be the first person to hit the scene. It just leaves a bad taste in some people's mouth. But yeah, just let's just keep his family and his loved ones in prayer. I just was definitely sickened by some of the comments. Like, you guys was really going in, and I know it's like on Twitter and different stuff like that. You had one woman, she sit up there, she was so mad. What she said? She was so mad. She was like, yeah, that's the reason why he probably gave his opinion on a lot of different type of things. Because he was miserable, because he was fit to get ready to die. So that's the reason why he spewed so much hatred. And I was just like, okay, that's ignorant. I did not agree with everything Kevin Samuel says. And sometimes it was the delivery that he basically put out there. But I definitely would not sit up here and feel like that was his opinion was something that made him sick or he had something to do. Nah, he stood on what he said, and a lot of people could not stand that. But to be honest with you, I respect the person who does that versus a person that sit up here and try to make a goody two shoes. Because let's just keep it real, like a lot of people is out here doing stuff for clout and attention and stuff like that. And I never forget, in one of his interviews, he even said it. He said, listen, he was just like, I've been on a platform for as like doing this type of segments and stuff like that for over 10 years. I didn't start taking off until different clips of uh my podcast start taking off when I start talking crazy to people or just keeping it all the way real, saying things that people do not expect for you to sit up here and say or do. And that's what sold quicker. I don't care what you say. He took off faster when he was going in and calling y'all different type of names versus when he tried to say it in a polite way. And I mean, regardless of the fact, people tuned in. I do feel bad for the brothers because I feel like the brothers, the black men's especially, feel like that he was a voice of reason. He did, he was the person that kind of stood up and let it be known, like, hey, this is, you need to know your worth also, and you need to understand that just because certain people have certain standards, you need to make for sure that you have certain standards, or you shouldn't feel ashamed that you cannot fit those standards. So yeah, that's just my summary on Kevin Samuel. May he rest in peace. I definitely think that you guys should ease up off all the mean and malicious comment. He did pass away, so for you to feel the need to sit up here and say disrespectful things, that just shows ignorant in your mindset, your misery. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be funny. The tongue is a powerful thing. So while you gloating about somebody passing away, just understand it can happen to you at any day. So be mindful of that, or one of your loved ones. Okay, so at 23, I cannot pronounce her name, but she's saying hours for hours, was sued by her manager for $20 million. Let's listen to what she said.
Like lawyers, managers, all these business managers taking a percentage off things they didn't do.
Lord have mercy.
Like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Lord have mercy.
People just sat there and collected.
Wow.
Things like giving you the last page of a contract.
So you don't see the whole thing.
Only, right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I went through all that. I went through all the dumb stuff. Had a lawsuit when I was 23, got sued for $20 million.
Woo.
I didn't know how I was going to, because I fired my manager.
Wow.
So they came up with a lawsuit, like sued me. Wow. And I had to answer. But I ended up winning.
Right.
Okay.
But it also takes money to win.
But I literally, it cost me so much money.
How much?
A lot. Like $600K to get
for some nonsense.
To get my name and likeness, my freedom.
Your own name as in Priscilla Renee?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Larry people, like lawyers, managers, all these business.
Okay, so this is a beautiful, talented lady. She sung hours for hours, and to be honest with you, I think that was the first song that I heard from her. But when I actually went on YouTube and stuff like that to go check her out, to just go see exactly how she was, what was she about, and the different type of vocals and stuff she was wonderful. And I just hate it because this is exactly what I think that I had kind of talked about in a couple of other podcasts of being mindful of, don't be such in a hurry to basically sign something and do something, because at the end of the day, you would never know how far it might take you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you sign these contracts when you're 23, and then you turn around. This lady is this is her government name. This was her government name, and her manager wanted to sue her for $20 million. On top of, you want to use her name, her government name, to basically make for sure that she never makes money off of it, and you get all the money. That is definitely, that's foul. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's definitely foul. But in the music industry, that's what they do. They work on your vulnerability. They work on, far as like you sitting over here, you're going through, you trying to get your music out. I understand independence is not the way that certain people want to go, and that's fine. All I say is that if you do sign a contract, look over it and look over it twice. Don't just be going off about what people say, because people tell you anything. And it's sad to say, a lot of times we listen, you know what I'm saying? We listen to a person because we thinking like, oh yeah, they not gonna screw me over. They know my story, and they know what I went through. And the next thing you done signed over your whole life, and you looking at the person that told you instead of you looking in the book. You're looking in the contract. They say the quickest way to hide something from a person, and I ain't trying to be funny, my people, but they say the quickest way to hide things from my people is to put it in writing. And I'm gonna leave you on that note. Okay, now Family Matters actress Jo Marie claims co-star Jaleel White tried fighting her. Oh my God, y'all, Urkel. We talking about Family Matters. Let's see what's going on. I'm sorry that the clip is. That clip is not playing at the moment. I'm gonna come back to that clip because it's not playing. We're gonna come back to that. Okay, Ray J breaks his silence, says Kim Kardashian's sex tape was a business deal. That him, Kim, and Kris Jenner plus denies ever having second tape. In the midst, he felt suicidal over Kardashian portraying him as a villain. So basically, the Kardashian family has came out with another season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So of course they have to have new type of content and stuff like that. So they did an episode about Kanye West getting a second set tape from Kim Kardashian and giving it to Kim. Now Ray J say he's over it because he said that in reality, him and Kim made a sex tape a while back ago. That is something that is true. But at the end of the day, him, Kim, and Kris Jenner basically was in on it all to basically make it go public. They did, even the person who bought the and sold it and put it on the site, they even said it too. They was like, listen, the contracts and different stuff is signed. So for Kim Kardashian to keep trying to portray that, oh, this sex tape came out, this tape came out, it ruined my life, and this and that, because a lot of people basically says that is the reason why Kim Kardashian is famous to this day. It's because that tape is what put her on the map. I don't care how much makeup, how much clothing, how many fashion shows, how many books she come out with. Everybody always feels like that at the end of the day, that is what made her relevant. She doesn't have any other talent but that tape. So for her to play on it like, oh my God, after 10 plus years, that tape, I finally got the second portion. First of all, Kim, nobody is worried about it. Girl, you know how many tapes has been let out? But for you, I can see where Ray J feels like it, because Ray J never really speaks on it, and they might have something in play, but it definitely is devastating because, once again, I'm not trying to be funny and use the race card, but as a black man, and he has also is married and has have two kids also, but it's kind of like, why you keep on trying to portray like I did something malicious, like I taped you without you knowing, I have this tape held hostage, married with kids, and I still got all this evidence held hostage holding over your head. But when in reality, you already know that, hey, We did it. We made money off of it. It both put us on the map. But Ray J feels that he is the person that took a lot of the slack, for as in a negative way. So for her to keep bringing it up, it's kind of like, stop bringing it up, because at the end of the day, you and me both know that this was definitely planned to put us on the map and to do anything for clout. We wanted the clout. We got the clout. We both then moved on and got other careers. So leave it at that. So who do you think that are you guys siding with Ray J on this, or do you feel like at the end of the day, Kim Kardashian does have every right to be upset because she is trying to be a mogul and people are still using this over her head? Like, do you feel like that this was all a part of her plan? Okay, so let me see. So a video is going viral of a father pulling a gun on a girl who was putting a pause on his daughter, a fight he brought her to. Now, this was definitely an interesting story to me, because I feel like so many parents in this generation it's just all, I know we all had to say, like, go get your mom. When somebody mess with our kids, we it's whoever, whenever, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? We could keep it cordial. We could get straight how you want to go about it. You know what I'm saying? However the song goes. But for a man this was a big old man. Of course, you guys cannot see the video, but I'm just saying though, they definitely was out of line for him to, not only did you bring your daughter to the fight, you brought her to the fight to fight another young lady. She gets beat up. She's getting beat up in the process, and then you, looking like Suge Knight, pull out a gun and threaten to basically shoot the girl in her head, or or anywhere, because you're upset because your daughter is getting handled. All I have to say is, at the end of the day, as adults, you should have never even took it to the extreme enough to sit up here and take your children to an altercation. I understand it could be the fact that the daughter was getting bullied, so the dad was just like, no, you're gonna fight back and this and that. But if you know your children, let's just keep it real. If you know how your children are, their personality, please don't ever put their life or their, or anything in danger because you're trying to teach them a lesson, because it can end up costing them their life. And I mean, let's just keep it real, because now that this grown man has pulled out a gun into a kid, children fights, a kid fight. Just imagine, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine how her family gonna retaliate. Because truth be told, now they can take it to the point where, okay, cool, you done put out this gun, and now my daughter or my or my niece or whatever is traumatized. You're gonna have to be handled. And then on top of that, now your daughter got a target on her head, because now if she wasn't, or if she was scary or whatever, now you know what I'm saying, you're going to have different kids that feel some type of way that it can just turn very bad. So I feel like that was totally unnecessary. Please, before you are so quick to result in violence, because in this day time, people are dying early. They're not taking all year, all day, and to pass away. So, and it's all over senseless death, all over violence, all over ego tripping. So, who do you guys think that was in the wrong? Do you feel like, hey, it don't matter if my child is getting into altercation, I'm gonna hurt whoever? Or do you feel like you would have handled that in another way? Please let me know what you think. Okay, so let me see if this clip will play now of Urkel. Let's see. Let's start it back over.
Got any cheese?
In a 2021 interview, Jaleel claimed the cast wasn't supportive of his success.
He needs to get over whatever it is that's biting him. He didn't have the etiquette that maybe I and some others had, but there was one time he actually wanted to physically fight me. And we were doing an episode called Gangsta Dog.
I'm OGD, Steve's cousin from Detroit.
There was something that he wanted to do. I said, we can't do that. Standard in practice is not going to let that pass. He was so mad. He started kicking and screaming and stuff. I walked off. And then I heard him say something. And I said, Darius, what did he say? He said, she must want a melee. I said, what's a melee? A fight. I turned around. I said, you want to fight? Darius grabbed me. I was going to go there and whip his behind.
You better check that attitude at the door.
Jaleel didn't respond to ET's request for comment.
Oh my, you know what? It's not funny, but you know what? One thing about first of all, do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that Urkel and the mama who played the mama that they was really? He said, "I'm gonna throw this mayhem at you. Like we could go to war, we could box it out all over a episode and stuff like that." Oh my god! And one thing about older people, they ain't let nothing go. They want all the smoke. She remember for her to the reason why I would say I do believe her is because for her to be, let's just be honest with you, this lady is a beautiful woman, but she's in her 70s. Like she's literally in her 70s. For her to still remember that verbatim of how disrespectful he was and how, his attitude was. I do believe her. And you have to understand, he was the star of the show. Crazy thing about it, he was not supposed to be the star of the show is because that I think he was only supposed to be like, just one of those characters that kind of blended in but wasn't a part of the family, kind of like a supporting character type of role. But he took off immediately and he was the star of the show until he became an adult, until the season had ended. The show really revolved around him. They just called it Family Matters. So I can see him ego tripping, like, what do you mean, this is the net, and I don't want to, you gonna tell me what to do. I'm the star. So he could have had an aggressive type of attitude, but it's just so funny. She said, listen, we can, what's up? We can keep it cordial. We can keep gangster how you want to go, Patty. I thought that was hilarious. That wasn't hilarious because of the disrespect, but I just think that, like she said up here, say they can't even do a reunion episode or anything like that because of this. And this is the reason why I say it's very important, and I'm going to leave it on that note. It's very important to be mindful of what you do and say and stop holding on to grudges. Just even with this Kevin Samuels situation, life is too short. You know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely don't want to basically pass away and then people are still holding on to something that you said 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. Are they still feeling like that you're upset, or they're holding a grudge, or they still feel some type of way? I think I had said this on one of my YouTube channels the other day. Like, a simple apology, a simple of holding yourself accountable will go a very long way versus you not saying anything at all. Because at the end of the day, even if you guys can agree to disagree, but you'll be told, long as you voice your opinion and you just let it be known, I respect anybody versus that sitting up here not saying anything and cutting me out and holding this animosity and envy towards me for no reason. Make it make sense. So yeah, definitely if you having anything in your heart, or or you feeling some type of way, don't hold that stuff in. Let it out. Woosah, breathe, and just know that what I'm saying, that life is too short. What you sitting up here worried about, oh, this person said this, they did this. If you're not grown enough to approach the situation and be like, hey, this is how I feel. Even if you don't want to deal with that, if you're not grown enough to approach the situation and try to end it or try to get a solution to the problem, then don't sit up here and feel like that's being grown by holding that stuff in and having some type of animosity. Because some of you guys out there holding grudges in and holding all that bitterness and envious in it to a person that at the end of the day is not worried about you, that never was worried about you, or truth be told, don't even know you got an issue with them. They just going off your vibe and they looking. And then the whole time you over there mumbling on your breath and your spirit getting vexed because you see them. So let it go. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? They, don't let anyone have that much power over you to the point where you lose your train of thought. You know what I'm saying? They rub you the wrong way so bad to the point where you can't even stand to like look at them and see them. I've been in that position when it comes down to some people. And I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of hate that I was in that position and I let somebody control me in that type of narrative, because at the end of the day, it only hurted me. It only hurted me. It only just, you know what I'm saying, like made me feel some type of way. And you know what I'm saying? It kind of like just took me out of character. And that's when I figured out that they won. They had power over me. And they didn't even know it. Okay, so you guys, that wraps up today's episode. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what you think about the episode. For as like if you have any opinions on this type of subject, I would really love to hear for it. Love, peace, and mwah. See you next time.